Welcome back to an episode of No Handouts Podcast with your boy G. So happy to be back. We took a week off because, it's the summertime. We need a little bit of rest. And on my right,
ain't no rest. Shit.
Please let them know who you are.
The one and only Rena Star.
Yes, sir. And then on my left.
Yo, late night here. Tracks up in the building. Let's go.
There we go, man. So the usual suspects. Let's start off on something. You wanted to talk a little bit about Vybz Kartel.
Hell yeah.
Yes, he did.
Give me some good, man. Listen, I'm a fan of Vybz. I rock with Vybz as well. I know he just got out. I know it's big for Jamaica right now. They love that guy.
Oh my God,
I mean,
yo.
but he is lit. So
I'm smiling like crazy right now because of it. All right, because I know Rena wanted to know what was the situation about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he got arrested and charged with murder.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
And actually, that's probably the second time he got caught with murder. But,
yeah, that's the cartel part.
So what happened was they took it. So here's the thing. This is where the judicial system over in Jamaica is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So they caught him on it. They caught the evidence on his phone, right?
Oh, so he did it.
Yes,
Of course he did.
allegedly. I have to say allegedly,
Yeah.
but they tampered with his phone.
Who?
Oh, that's right.
tampered with his phone?
All the policemen were tampered with the evidence,
So the evidence had to be thrown out.
but they never threw it out.
Yes.
Wait, so he had evidence on his phone. The police tampered with that evidence, so they changed some stuff.
They made phone calls on his fucking phone.
It's crazy how something I can't remember exactly. Yeah, it might have been something like that, but it's crazy how when you're trying to prosecute someone, even the smallest of minute of you messing with evidence could change the whole outcome of a trial.
So they were like, all right, throw this out. They didn't throw it out. Then basically, the jury is like, all right, are we going to reach a verdict? Jury was tampered with also. Jury was compromised too. And they still went along with it and found him guilty. Jamaica went into the whole, to the biggest riot, so the army had to come in there. So for a whole, 13 years, over a decade, they've been trying to appeal it until they made it go over to the UK. Now remember, even though Jamaica has its independence, they still are a Commonwealth realm under the UK. That's
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of islands in Jamaica, and I think Canada too. I'm not sure. I might have to read about that. But they are a Commonwealth realm. So the royal family is actually in charge of Jamaica. Trust me, I know.
I did not know that.
I actually passed by
That shit is news to me.
Whenever I'm in Jamaica, you can actually pass by the mansion the castle mansion that they have in Jamaica.
Wow.
They actually have a whole big ass building for the royal family to stay in there.
So the tampering of evidence, was that, I don't know if you know this, but was it to make him look innocent or make him look more guilty?
I don't even think it was anything like that. I think it was just an idiot cop made an idiot move, right, and was just playing with the phone. And because of that, and again, this might go back to maybe I don't know. Like I said, listen, everyone knows that Vybz Kartel, you know what I mean? Great music, but they do know that in Jamaica he is connected with that world. He has those connections. This is why Vybz Kartel. This is, you know what I mean? So I don't know if he was the one who set that up. I'm not saying he did. I don't think he did. But anyway, but whatever the case may be, like I said, the cop did some stupid idiot stuff, and because of that, now they're able to throw out that evidence, and now he was able to get out.
So, let me explain.
Go for it.
So yeah, again, the jury was compromised. The evidence was compromised.
What was up with the jury? What exactly?
I guess they were. I don't know, because I'm reading up on things. I'm not exactly sure, but apparently there was one juror that was sitting there yo, if you say that he's not guilty, you might get this amount of money.
Oh wow.
So they wanted. So basically, they should have thrown out the whole jury, but the judge was like, "We're going along with this without him," and they got him guilty again. 13 years. They're trying to do all this appeal. It went up to the UK. UK is sitting there what the fuck? All right, you got two things. Either one, let him go, or two, put up a whole new trial. Remember, everybody's dead. all the witnesses are dead. All the evidence is tampered with. They can't use anything else, so they have to let him go.
So it's like just hit the restart button, just boop.
Yeah. So basically, they let him go, and also
the legal system's crazy.
Yeah, in my opinion, it makes Jamaica look stupid too, because it's like, yo, y'all can't really do a proper thing, and also at the same time, he's still a shot caller, even beyond like him behind bars.
Yeah,
he's making music. He's still calling the shots behind the bars. He's the most powerful man, one of the most powerful people over the prime minister in Jamaica.
Wow.
So it kind of makes him look bad, but it also makes him look worse now the fact that they have to let him out. Of course, he did it. And my opinion on this is, yeah, he did it. But the man that he probably killed, act like a gangster, you get treated like a gangster. Ooh. So it's either you're going to go to jail or you're going to be dead. And it's worse in Jamaica than it is in America.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in the Caribbean in general, like it's ruthless. Like,
of course.
And the way that they do things.
I've seen pictures of heads being chopped off and laid in the street.
Machete, like cutlass. What?
Mm-hmm.
That's
you've ever experienced some of that craziness over there?
Well, I haven't, but I just know like in my my dad's from Haiti and my mom is from Dominica, and I've heard more stories, I would say, on my mom's side. And I know that, yeah.
It gets crazy.
Listen, like, they will literally just chop you for, like, the smallest reasons. Like, oh, you said the wrong thing, chop. Yo, you freaking stepped on my yard the wrong way, chop. Like, they will literally, and then they just be, like, drinking the next day like it's nothing. Like, it's...
Bro, I've seen what's
it's insane, like, how they do it.
Where was it? Was it in, I think it was Jamaica where they, or it might have been Africa, I can't remember. Where they, like, one time they had a video of I don't think they tied him up, but I think, like, they were trying to get rid of somebody from, like, a village, and they threw gasoline on him and literally lit him on fire as he's trying to walk out the
Honestly, that could be anywhere.
That shit was crazy. I'm like, I had never seen a video like that before. I was like, yo, this is wild.
But now we get to the good part. He's finally free. World boss of free man. And this dude just signed a contract for $4 million US to just touch the stage over in Jamaica.
Wow.
December 31st. Remember that.
Are you going?
I gotta renew my
Drake gonna link up soon.
I actually gotta renew my my passport, and I'm getting dual citizenship.
Nice.
Yes, that's something I really want. But yeah, I gotta take the pictures, and then I send it, and then I go to the embassy.
Now let me ask you something, late night. Like, were you born in Jamaica?
I'm born here. I'll admit that.
Okay,
I will admit that.
You're born here. Okay, so you're like Jamaican American.
Yeah,
but you speak patois and like you're familiar with the culture and all like I don't know.
Oh my God, this is gonna be funny. So me being born here, I feel as though like I've kind of like more so just dealt with the American language. I'm more so used to that, but in a sense, whenever like I'm around my family,
yeah, you could probably just turn it on. Like they can always just like it's a switch.
It's weird because I'd rather like make sure I can have respect because obviously I'm not born there. Right. So I'm going to speak American.
Flip the switch from here.
But
right. Hold on, do it.
No, I'd rather not. I'd rather not force myself to do it.
No, I feel you. Do you ever get made fun of for not having like an authentic Jamaican accent? Because I know there's like levels to it.
The funny thing is,
definitely levels.
The funny thing is, Jamaican people don't even think that I can understand them. It's wild. Last time I went over to Jamaica, right? My aunt's boyfriend, I'm speaking to him and everything like that, and he's sitting there like, oh yeah, well, you try for premium or something like that. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm everything's cool. Like he don't think I understand him. So he's like, wait, you understand me? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Seriously, you understand me? I was like, yeah. Goes over to my cousin. Julian! Yo, that boy, he don't understand me. I was like, my cousin sitting there like, yes, of course he understands you. I've raised him since since he was a child.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I used to get yelled at for not understanding patois sometimes.
Oh wow.
So I had to force myself to do that.
To learn it, yeah.
But then sometimes it's crazy because it would just slip out. I would say something wild. You're gonna love this story.
Which one? What you got for me?
So I was at the strip club, right?
Okay.
I'm getting a lap dance from this girl.
Is that throaty?
Girl, she's stacked and everything like that. I thought I said something pure like American regular. She looked confused like, wait a minute, are you Jamaican? I was like, I'm born here. I somehow it slipped out. It slips out sometimes in front of other Jamaicans. So I'll say something like that I think is just perfectly normal. All of a sudden, I'm speaking speaking this or not that.
Do you find like sometimes like when you slip and like talk patois or anything, like it's like a benefit for you in terms of like girls find that attractive, or like I don't know, does it like make it?
No, I don't. Give any type of a lure? Again, I don't really force it out, so it's not like I go for it.
I know. I'm saying
I don't see no difference. It's not. It's not like I go ahead and I do it just to try to attract the ladies.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if it comes out, do you notice, like,
maybe once or twice, but
okay.
It when it happens, it happens.
I'm
not forcing it. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold you. That should be sounding cool as hell, man.
Honestly, Jamaica is the one of the most popular like places because we have the most influence.
Yeah, but you know what really pisses me off about
Hold up.
Speak your mind.
Let me tell you what pisses me off about Jamaica. Okay, I love them. Don't get me wrong. Okay, Jamaicans are cool shit.
You better speak carefully.
I'm gonna speak freely, but I love Jamaica. I love everything. Like they're dope, right? But these motherfuckers think that they are the fucking Caribbean. Like they the it of the Caribbean. Y'all are not the only motherfuckers out there. Jamaicans literally
we are not, but we are
walk like they are the only Caribbean people.
Yo, we are the most fashionable people.
We are the most. My ass.
I can't, bro. We are the biggest. We are like the most influential. Remember, tell me if I'm wrong.
People made y'all famous because when people
tell me if I'm wrong. The reason why you guys got reggaeton is because of reggae.
What?
You know what's crazy is that it did have an influence. It did have an influence on reggaeton.
It is true.
For sure, it did.
If Shallow Race didn't have Dembo, you guys wouldn't have reggaeton.
I know, but
there's an actual lawsuit for that too.
Y'all need to just tone it down just a little bit. I'm just saying, like, tone it down a little bit.
We cannot tone it down, yo.
Tone it down a little bit because you guys are not the only Caribbeans out there. There are other.
We're not, but we are one of the best out here.
Listen.
We have so much influence when it comes down to the music too.
They walk with a stank. Okay,
you ever
go to a Jamaican store? Go to a Jamaican fucking store and try to order. Like, luckily, like I feel like I've learned them enough, so I know. Straight up attitude all the time. They never got what you fucking need on the menu, but yet it's still up there. Okay? It's so fucking annoying.
That's because you don't understand the Jamaican restaurant.
Listen, you have to
You need to go there at a certain time or else it's going to run out. And if it runs out, you are
oh my God. Out. What's the video? We don't have that.
When I have that.
Let me check.
I hate you. I hate you guys with your fake ass accent.
Like, well, what do you have?
I swear.
Yo, but it's true that, and you know what I also noticed is that you also have to build a reputation with them. Like, you have to be a loyal person. There was this place I used to go to off of, I think it was Albany Avenue. I can't remember.
There's a lot of. It's just Jamaican restaurant city over there.
Oversaturated. But I would go there, and at first, like, I wasn't like too sure, and the whole system of how you get food was disorganized as fuck. I was like, where am I going? How do this person's cutting in front of me, I'm cutting in front of I don't know what, I was so confused. By the time I had to get my food, I was so nervous. She was like, what do you want? And I was just like,
I feel like there's just a level to aggression to it, like where it's like acceptable. You gotta be like, where y'all go? Like, where y'all go?
But you see the influence, right? She's going to a Jamaican restaurant. Remember that
because that's
the food is good.
The food is amazing.
Because that's the closest thing to like Caribbean food that I can get. Like there's like no Haitian restaurants, there's no Dominican restaurants. So yes, it's the closest thing to Caribbean food that I get besides Puerto Rican food.
I am curious about it, but remember a lot of that stuff is similar too, because I've seen that Haiti does have breadfruit like us.
Right, and they also call it, like, for instance, in my mom's culture, we call it bakes. You guys call it dumpling, like fried dumpling, right? Yep. So it's, like, different. But needless to say, after a while, I realized how the shit worked. And then finally, after a while, you know, they start to crack a smile, and then they'll show you love. They start showing you love. They start throwing you
once they let you in, bro, you like part of the pack.
Yeah,
bro,
they start throwing you a little extra plantain. You know what I'm saying?
I've told him this a bunch of times, right? At my job, right? There's like a group of Jamaicans, right? And it's funny, right? Because it's like, you see them, right? And then you just looking at a bunch of Jamaicans, and then you just like look to the side, and there's like this one Puerto Rican kid, and they got, Gabe, what the fuck are you doing over there? And I'm just like, I'm hanging with my people. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, they don't talk to anybody, but it's just like, how the fuck did that little Puerto Rican get in there? Like, what the fuck? Like,
when you win.
Hey, when you win, you win. They love you, they love you.
It's like you're coming to the cool table. It's like you're coming to the cool table.
They love you, they love you. But Puerto Ricans have that kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, we do kind of have that kind of stank face too when it comes to things. Cause like we kind of feel like, listen, Puerto Ricans are the most lit out of all the Spanish cultures.
Nah, it is not true.
We feel like that's how we feel. Like nobody can tell us different. Our music is the most. US, you know? Our music is the most popping. Like I said, our island is the best. Like no one can tell us different. You know?
Who influenced them? Who influenced?
Nobody.
I mean, at the end of the day, I will say this because I haven't been to Jamaica, but I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Haiti, I've been to Dominica, and I've been to a lot of other islands. And I will say that I feel like in general, like the Caribbean as a whole, there is a certain sense of pride that does come off as arrogance, I would say, to probably Americans. But when I say that they walk with that, like, that's just how they all are. Like, honestly, it's a sense of pride. And to a certain extent, it is a beautiful thing because it's like, nobody can fuck with me. I don't care what you say. Like,
but I'll also like, say, though, there's not just pride. There is a good togetherness when it comes down to the Caribbean.
Hey,
I can also relate to you guys also, since we are like, we are Caribbean.
We're neighbors. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
So can I ask you guys this? Just what are the differences, right? Like, I mean, obviously you've been back home and you've been, back, right? So like, what are the differences? What do you go and you're just like, holy shit, like this is crazy, or like like a moment where you're just like, wow, this is real right now. Like I am not home.
This is something simple, but I think that one of the most fascinating things to me was when I went to my mother's country, Dominica. So they used to be, I guess, run by Britain or whatever. Yeah. And so when they like go into town, like the city, people dress up. And when I say dress up, like, you know how we'll go to the grocery store in like sweats and a hoodie or whatever, like that does not exist down there. Really? Like they dress up, like you need to look like presentable and pristine. And it was fascinating because I'm over here like it's hot as fuck, first of all. So I'm like in workout clothes because it's like I'm sweating anyway. And I'm looking in the grocery store and people are just like in dresses and and I'm just like, wow. And they look at me like, I'm Sunday? Crazy. No, this is how the culture. This is how the Lord's culture Day, is. You know? Everybody, I would say maybe like the younger kids were like more like a little bit casual, but even still, like they really do take like being in the public, appearance, and everything like that very seriously. Like you always need to look neat and nice and put together, and that just kind of was just like, wow, this is really like a thing, like every single day. So that was just like one example that I noticed.
I mean, of course I noticed a whole bunch of stuff. Well, one thing that I can say that is actually pretty cool, and it's wild. It's not weird at all. Every 5 miles, there's a church.
Really?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like we are very religious when it comes down to Christianity and stuff like that. Every 5 miles, there's a church. So there's always a church that's being built like every 5 miles within each other. It's crazy.
That's what's up. I don't think Puerto Rico has any churches.
Nah. Now in Puerto Rico, what I will say is that their ability to, the thing that shocked me is their ability, which is amazing, to party every single night till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
And wake up the next day. Everybody is up bright and early as shit at 6, 7, 8, whatever, and just working normally as if nothing happened, and then do it all over again. And it's literally like it's a thing.
Oh yeah.
It is, and it's amazing. But the crazy part is that like it didn't really like bother me because like it was just so normal. Like, but I feel like the aura and the energy is like not as stressful as it is over here. Yeah. So it's like being up and partying and all this kind of stuff is not like when we wake up here the next day, we're like, oh shit, I gotta work, and it's just like, everybody's having their coffee.
Yeah.
And
I feel like the expectations, like just generally, so like out of the countries, right? Like here, like all these companies are greedy and they're gonna try to get the most out of you, and kill you, and it's not so nowhere near like that anywhere else.
Yeah,
I think is it the UK where I've heard like people get like half the day off or something
some
like
places,
that. Some craziness.
Some places in the UK, some places in Japan, like they get to have naps during the day.
That's like Europe in general, honestly.
Oh, so jealous.
So that for me is crazy. It's a difference in culture. It is a difference in culture, people. Now I kind of want to move on to something else a little bit. I kind of want to get your opinion on this because this is kind of funny. So our buddy Late Night here, he was involved in some craziness. Why don't you go ahead and show her the text message?
Oh my God,
okay,
that was amazing.
So wait, what happened?
All right, so
break it down.
I mean, I'm
all
not
right,
surprised.
so I was like, this was long ago. This is the first thing I've ever had to screenshot on a dating website. This shit was crazy.
First of all,
right? This is when I.
The first red flag was dating.
Don't get me wrong.
That was it.
I personally, I sat there. I was like, yo, I don't give a shit. But this is when it's like, you gonna see how much of a fucking troll I am.
Can I read it out loud?
Yeah, go ahead, read it out loud.
Okay.
This is crazy.
So which one's you? Green.
Well,
blue.
I'm the blue one.
Okay.
So you can just scroll down and everything like that.
Okay, so this person says, "Warning you now, I'm crazy."
Yep.
And you say, like, how crazy?
That's always important.
Wait.
That's always important.
This was you?
You saw that?
I read this.
Who did you think it was? Who did you think it was?
How do you not read that?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I've been wanting this to go
I'm so
viral.
sorry.
I've been wanting to go to this go viral.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm still gonna read it. I read this, right? But I thought that this was just like some crazy fake story that somebody.
No, it's not. This is actual.
This is not CNN.
This was real life.
Yes.
This is real shit.
I was dead ass serious.
I thought it was a screenshot of something else that you saw, and it was just like supposed to be something funny or whatever.
No.
This is real?
Yes.
Okay, guys, stand by. We're starting over.
You realize how much of a troll I am, right?
Let's take it from the top.
Let's start over. So this is a dating website. Somebody messages him, and then they say, "Warning you now, I'm crazy." Late Night responds, like, how crazy? How much of a daredevil are you, they say. I go 130 miles per hour zones. Late Night says. This girl says, here's my situation. I was dating this disrespectful white dude, and he's been cheating on me when I've been good to him. So I broke up with him last night, and I'm feeling revengeful. I want someone who will fuck me on his bed, nut on his pillows, and smack the shit out of me if need be. You up for the task today?
Smack the shit out of him.
Sorry.
Bro, do you not have a contract with Audible? Because shit.
Hold on. Let me finish. Late Night responds and says, why though? Why would you?
Yo, I couldn't believe the shit.
I'm sorry, guys. Late Night responds and says, how do I know this isn't fake or a scam?
Yo, I swear.
Hey.
Yo, you be catching scares sometimes.
You gotta be careful.
So he says, how do I know this isn't fake or a scam? And the girl goes, the fuck? Why would I lie? I'm upset this dude cheated on me. I'm getting revenge with or without you.
She's predetermined what's gonna happen Late Night.
So he goes, so he responds and says, I'm down to fuck. Just want to know when, because I got stuff to do.
Yo, I swear, it was my day off.
Because I got stuff to do today.
Hey.
Yo.
At least he's being real, man.
And then he says, plus, I don't want to see that guy. She responds, he's going to be there. I want someone brave enough to fuck me while he's there. I want someone to smack the shit out of him. Late Night responds and says, I'm not trying to set myself up for disaster. She goes, so why you tell me you were down? He says,
I'm down to
fuck.
Not fight.
Keyword.
She says, I said smack him if you need to. I also said I want someone who's going to fuck me on his bed, and yes, he'll be home. He says, so if I walk in and just fuck you, he's not going to notice and get mad? She responds,
She's like, no, he's gonna be like 7 games of Call of Duty in.
she responds, I already explained the situation to you, and I will not tell you
This is how I responded.
The audacity.
I don't think there's any more, right?
No. This the emoji. The emoji. This is the emoji.
Is there more?
Oh my god.
Oh, he responds.
Hey yo.
So I just want to say. Okay, sorry.
You gotta admit, that's a setup. That is a fucking setup, bro.
So I just want to say that I did read that, right? And I read that, and I just thought it was just like one of those things, you know, like a funny like thing that you share with people.
Yeah,
right.
I had zero idea that this was a real life, actual experience that you had.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not real life.
Apparently, this is real to me. Shit.
The thing that I don't understand is why would you think it's a setup though? Like, why would you think it's a setup? Like, why would they be setting you up? For what?
So one,
I can see what he's saying.
So
I can see what he's
so one, I've seen like a lot of like messages beforehand. Like this was like long ago.
Yeah.
Like I've seen a lot of messages where it's like, yo, some of those profiles are fake and shit like that.
Yeah, and they'll be like, yo,
So
come meet
that-
me,
that
and
could-
then
that could be like some type of
they rap
scam
you
type
or
of
something.
shit.
Oh, so okay.
So and then two, why would the fuck would I go over there while your boyfriend is or your ex or something like that is there and then go in there and try to fuck like while he's there on his stuff? Now don't get me wrong, I'm that shicey. I'll literally go. I'll go over there. I'll fuck you. I'll nut in his pillows and leave. I don't give a shit. But I'm not gonna get set up because that just seems like, yo, you now you're gonna try to kill me.
Hey, yo, that man's poor pillow, man.
Yo, that's a setup for like
He got a Serta, man. Come on.
Like
So
if he wasn't there, then I would have been cool
So
and been like, all right, cool. Now he can live with the fact that I nutted on his pillow.
I mean
Overwhelmed.
that's what makes it hilarious, and then that's kind of what makes it like, yo, this could kind of be a setup. But what kills me is like the end of it where she's almost just like,
she's
bruh, like
it's
I'm
like
fucking telling you.
It's like a matter of fact. It's like I already explained the situation. I'm not about to tell you again. Like,
Yeah, but like
it's
like we didn't have this conversation.
It's like, do you not realize this is not a normal situation? I know you explained
I realize
it,
that, but like, yo, I'm not trying to sit there and get into a fight with my dick out.
No, you're fine. No, you made the right decision.
No, he did not.
It is just funny. So he should have went.
No, he should have. Why are you even? You know what? I can't.
It's me you're talking to.
Exactly. That's why I just stopped myself.
Bro, no. You can't tell me
I
that
just
if
stopped
somebody would have messaged you on some crazy shit like that, you might have not have just been like, you know what? It's not going anywhere, but for entertainment purposes,
That too.
let's see where this goes.
Exactly what I was thinking.
You have time on your hands.
Yeah.
That I could totally borrow if you don't need it. Because you got time.
Oh, man.
You have time.
Well, to be honest with you, I have time to be a troll.
That's what it is. I'm telling you. Listen,
That's
if
troll.
trolling was an Olympic sport, like I'd just be ready for it. Like the people,
no,
people who call the phone and they're trying to like get money out of you, like they're always just like,
Nigga,
and I'm just like, I always have a story ready for them too.
Nigga, this
You
is
know what I
crank
mean?
yankers.
Mhm.
This
Yeah,
is
pretty
crank
much,
yankers.
pretty
at this
much.
point.
I still am not. I still haven't grasped wholly the fact that this was real life. That's still like something that's just settled.
Yeah, it looks like it's unreal, but that
It's-
shit actually
I
happened.
literally thought that was not real. I still can't believe it.
Yeah,
I still can't
that
believe it.
actually happened.
So do you guys think she found somebody to nut on the pillow?
She probably did, but it wasn't me. It was not me.
Or was it?
It's either that or she was just in for the drama.
Well, she had a plenty of nature like that. And be like this white
Nah,
man.
but you see why I had to screenshot that,
It would
right?
be so funny if she was like, "Let me troll somebody today too."
Nah, but you see why
Bro,
I
and
had to
see
screenshot that though, right?
And
You
two
see
trolls
why?
just be trolling together. She
see-
probably was just as
Oh no, don't
entertained.
get me wrong. I did message her to see if I could try to go for it again. I got blocked. So
Because she was like, "You're not about it."
She like,
too
you
many,
ain't gonna
too many
do that
questions.
shit.
Ooh, too many questions.
no, I'm trying to fuck without your man's being in the motherfucking building.
Listen, man.
I'm gonna get stabbed.
I understand where you're coming from, bro. I hear you. Shit.
I can't. This is real.
I get it.
This is.
I
See,
get
this
it.
is the part of the world and
Why
and
are women
that
so spiteful like that?
This is the part of the world that I have still yet not
Yo,
come to
again,
understand.
I'm gonna go back to this. Yo, y'all do everything.
Who's y'all? Who's y'all?
I'm just saying, y'all do everything but leave.
Some.
And this is an
female
example.
species?
Some.
This is an example.
Some.
Rena is an exception here.
I am not the only exception. There are other women.
the
that
0.01.
Yeah, Yeah, she's an upper echelon.
Okay, ladies.
I'm kidding.
Ladies,
I'm not kidding. What are you talking about? This is true.
Ladies, please.
Y'all do everything but leave.
You see what's happening?
And now I have a perception of y'all.
Do you see what's happening, ladies? Ladies, for y'all that identify as ladies and that really are ladies.
No. It's not ladies, it's girls, because there's a difference. I do respect women, so when I call you ladies, I want to treat you like ladies. But if I call you a girl, it's a totally different thing right there. You a lady.
Okay.
You're upper echelon.
Thank you.
Look at that. Top shelf.
Oh, thank you.
Other than that, see what's going on here? All these girls is crazy.
So just give me your thoughts on this. Do you think that was a real text message? Do you think that was a setup? What do you think?
I mean, in this day and age, honestly, like I said, I don't put anything past anyone. And that, like I said, it's either real, it's either a troll and a troll, or
you can't troll a troll. I'm a troll. You cannot troll this troll.
If she is a troll, she trolled you.
Have you seen?
You know why? Because you fell for the bait. So she's trolling.
What do you mean fell for the bait? I didn't go over there.
It doesn't matter. When I say
I didn't even go over there.
You entertained it completely. There was a full blown conversation that happened.
A full blown conversation that I led to be like, I'm about to troll this shit to see what's going on here.
That shit was hilarious.
Besides, have you seen my actually look at my stories. Look at my stories. I've been trolling like crazy.
You guys, I just want to let
Read
you know.
that shit.
If you have any crazy troll stories or any type of stories that you would like me to narrate and read for you, please have them submitted to No Handout Podcast, and I will gladly do it. I think it would be very, very enlightening for all of us and very entertaining. So please submit these and you can do it anonymously. We don't have to know who you are, but it's just my recommendation because it's truthfully knowledge for me. Knowledge.
Look at this dude.
Knowledge. Do you want to go to the beach with friends soon?
Yes, no, not that one.
Where are your exes? Why does it matter they blocked me? Okay.
You see how much of a troll I am?
Oh man. All right, so let's get into some whole exes thing, man. That's kind of a subject. Yeah. So I kind of want to talk about this, right? So, I mean, if you guys know who 6ix9ine is and you guys know, like, his previous girlfriend or whatever the case is, he leaked, like, a bunch of stuff of her on, on the internet. He exposed her. How do y'all feel about people exposing people like that?
Wait, when you say exposed her?
Yeah, like it's like a sex tape. Like, just videos of them, like, getting busy. Like...
Wait. He leaked a sex tape of him and her.
Him and her, yeah.
Okay, one, I would never want my dick on the internet, so. But honestly, I think. Well, one, I don't want y'all looking at my dick. Like, if you want to look at my dick, you gotta see that shit in person. Is it pay-per-view? But hell yeah, you paying for this shit. My dick is upper echelon. I don't know what you're talking about.
But don't you think exposing in general is very scumbaggy?
Of course it is. Mm-hmm. Of course it is. I think that's like why would you do that? Especially without her consent. Mm-hmm. Like what are you doing here?
How about
I think it's a sucker thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this: is it something that was like mutually recorded, like with both?
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was. It was one of those things where they were just having fun. They were enjoying the night, and hey, sometimes the phones come out. It happens.
Then guess
what? I don't think I've met an adult who hasn't.
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna take a picture of like fellatios without like their consent though.
This is why
that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
This is why you sign a non-disclosure agreement. Write that bitch in writing, because if anything happens, I'm suing your ass.
But again, I think that was meant for their own private stuff. So in order to leak,
but at the same time, what if it was meant for clout? It could have been.
Well, 6ix9ine is all about negative clout. You got to understand
exactly,
and it's pretty stupid that he's just trying to make sure that he's keeping relevancy. And I don't think he's going to be able to. I don't know if he's going to.
This is the rainbow-colored Mexican person.
Yeah.
He's always going to try to see how he can
whatever
he
he is. Yeah, wherever he can. Yeah, he's definitely Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who's trying to stay at a
because I haven't heard about him really like that, to be honest.
Nah, listen, the music died out like from the beginning.
Well, to be honest with you, he got blackballed because he went against Billboard, and that was the wrong thing to do.
I will say I don't think it's that because he snitched and then he still had like he's made a ton of money, but it's off the trolling.
Yeah,
like I said, the music was never that great. No. It was nobody was sitting there like I said and like really going crazy for the music.
I'll admit, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm not gonna go crazy over his music, but like his first 2 projects, even though y'all gonna hate me about it, at the time of those releases,
which one? Fifi? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I think Gummo and
right, but that was the big
one. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I like the fact that it was in your face. I like the fact that we actually had a perception of him being a blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it was good. But then when he exposes himself for being a snitch and trust me, I get the fact that like, him being in the gang and the gang don't like him, trying to kill him. Now like you have to look towards the feds. I get that part. Just understand that snitch culture and gang and prison culture kind of align themselves with hip hop, and snitching in hip hop is a no-no. Okay. So I totally get that part, but I also totally get the fact that like, yo, you join a gang that don't fucking like you. So I get the sympathy on that. What I don't like about 6ix9ine is the fact his trolling and talking about the dead people, like talking about King Von and shit like that. Yo, he's dead. He can't like. You can't really like.
But that's what keeps him relevant. That was what the world wants him to do, and that's why they're continuing to watch him.
They like seeing a man that does negative shit.
Especially that looks like.
I like respectful shit. Like I can.
Wait, hold on. What are you talking about, man?
I'll explain. I can still.
There was a lapse in character there.
I not just read messages.
Hold on. I can still be a troll and still be respectful about it, because I'm not going to talk about a dead man like kicking him while he's dead.
Listen, we live in a world, right, where Pop Smoke died and they had his killer on a podcast.
I still think you get
what I'm saying. We live in a world where that shit doesn't surprise me anymore, man. It's just what it is nowadays.
But
you know
again,
what I'm saying?
He still could have been relevantly hot if he didn't go against Billboard. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think he what he said was wrong. Because it looked fishy when it's like, yo, you having a lot more streams than like maybe Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, and they're definitely pushing like the numbers like over you.
Mm-hmm.
But he probably shouldn't have said anything about that. Because now Billboard's sitting there like, oh yeah, fuck this nigga. And that's what was his downfall. They stopped fucking with him.
I'll be honest with you. I think the downfall was just like I said. Like at one point, like people stopped caring. So he just kind of kept up in the ante on the shit he would do or he would say to maintain the relevancy.
It's not like he had any. To me, it's not like he had any real talent. It's not like he had anything valuable to offer.
Like I said, the two songs that were hot. Like I said, they were hot for a while. But I mean, we can go down the list of artists who had like in that era that had like a hot song at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I mean, there's like 15 rappers that we thought were gonna be like like up, and
they're not up anymore.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's all about the time. It's all about the landscape. He just so happened to have the moment. He just so happened to have people's ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was
unfortunately, like I said, he's just one of those guys who's gonna try to stay on top no matter who he has to hurt, no matter who he has to kind of like I guess bring down with him.
The need for
you can still be relevant and be a troll without having to bring down everybody else. Just understand that.
I don't think so. I don't think that those two things are not synonymous.
I'm not even trying.
Those things are not synonymous.
No, when I troll, somehow fix this situation.
Why would I fix 6ix9ine? There's no reason for me to fix 6ix9ine.
I'm talking about fix the situation in terms of like make a way to seem as if like there's positive out of trolling. Like, oh, you could be this.
Of course, there's positive out of trolling. Come on, man. I get a good amount of attention, but at the same time, you can still have certain respect and actually troll. I can do that. I know I can.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We'll leave that at that.
That is tough. Have you guys ever had anything where you're just like, damn, I hope they keep those pictures or those videos secret? Ever had that situation?
You mean like in like a
in a personal situation, personal relationship?
No.
I'm not gonna hold you. I sent like a dick pic to like maybe a couple of people, and I'm like, yeah. Hopefully that shit don't go on the internet.
Yeah, I got a couple videos. I hope I don't get out.
Was it requested or did you voluntarily send?
Oh no, it's requested. I would never send out an unwanted dick pic. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
That is crazy. I've talked to like some of my homegirls, and they sit there. They get annoyed at like niggas like sending out dick pics unwanted. That's wild. If you ask for a dick pic, I'll probably do it. Even though I kind of question your motives on that one, but I'm like.
I think it's one of the most unattractive.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I feel like
a turn off.
I feel like a fuckboy. Like
you literally are like having a great conversation. Things are nice.
Hey, good morning, love. Hey, man, I was just thinking about you. Boom, dick pic.
And you're just literally, it's like one of those.
I have these conversations.
Like one of those things. Like,
have these conversations
after like a week or two or whatever, and then you hear
conversations
the ping on your phone, and you're like, shit.
No, I literally had these conversations with like my homegirls. They said like, yo, why the fuck is he giving me a dick pic? What the fuck is going on here?
It's like in your mind, did you wake up that morning like, oh, it looks right today. Today's the day.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this one thing. It's hard to get an angle on your dick, getting a picture, and dick does not look good on camera. This is why I sit there like I do not want to like send out a dick pic. If they ask, it's like.
So as a guy, as a guy, are you like from the top or from the side? Like is that like?
To be honest with you, I don't be sending dick pics out like that. She asked, I was like, you know what, fuck it, whatever.
I feel like you gotta show what you got, right? So maybe you'll put like a Coke bottle next to it or like a remote control just to give them a size comparison so that they know what you're working with. Because you don't want to walk up in there and they're expecting something that's not. You know what I mean? So you want to give them as much information as possible. I think it's a.
Stop it. Please stop.
Wouldn't you rather know what you're working with? You know?
Okay.
If you were to ask for one,
bruh.
It's like the Instagram models who do the booty thing, and then you see them in person and they don't have a booty.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like women be sending out boob pics like it's no fucking problem.
So this is the thing. I just think that with like shit like that, I just feel like it's, I don't know, it takes like somewhat of the allure out of things, and it's kind of like you also set a preconceived idea in the person's mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of the look, shape, size, or whatever, like. I guess it depends on what you're going for too. I don't know. It's just, to me, I just think it's just very unattractive. And
honestly, I just don't want.
Well,
my dick
I mean,
on camera,
I think
I
you build.
don't want my dick on the internet.
I think what it is like Rena builds connections and she enjoys like.
I do.
And some people, as much as I hate it, the truth is some people are in it just to fuck.
Right. So
that's what it is, right? And for those people, like that's kind of typically how text messages go.
Let's start off right.
But I get what you're saying. It kind of ruins the whole vibe. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I get what you're saying. I 100% get what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I never said I was gonna stop sending them. I just said I understand her part of it.
Classic toxic G.
No, I don't think you should ever, my guy. I don't think you should ever send one without like at least some sort of, you know, confirmation that one is wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that is weird. On the other side, it's very much so like, you know, like if you would like to send it, please go ahead. But like for the guys, like just make sure you guys get confirmation before you send something like that.
I just also feel like you have to be like, once again, I feel like you need to be in a certain like level of like a relationship. I don't know. For me, like I said, like that's just not. It's crazy because it's like one thing can be good in a certain sense and then in another sense it can be bad, even though it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. But it's like maybe like if you're like a couple, like you've been dating for a while, like whatever. Like I don't know. It's there
should be a trust level
endearing,
on that one.
I guess.
I do see that. But that's crazy. I feel like if you've been dating for a while and you guys have. I wouldn't even be sending those pictures anymore.
To me, that's
like
when
that would end, right?
No,
like,
to me, that's when it would be more exciting. Cause
really?
Yes, because you're randomly, because you have to think about it, right?
Because if you've had the real thing,
when you got a man, then right?
No, I'm just saying. I feel like for me, my idea, because maybe I'm backwards. The idea for me is like, okay, because we have been together for a while, because there's, you know, the expectations of what it is and all that kind of stuff. I think it's, to me, more alluring or like more just like, oh, random to have something like that happen when you've already been in a relationship, when you've already had a connection, because it's like you working wherever. Yes, you've seen your girl's titties a million times in person, right? And then just one day out of the, because you're not expecting, because like you said, that shit happens in the beginning. But then one day out of the bloom, you know, you're over here just whatever. The next thing you know, bing, and the next thing you know, you just see, and you're like, whoa. Like, it's just, yes, I feel like as a guy, I could be wrong, but I feel like as a guy, there'll still be some type of like, well, damn. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
you're not like that. It's
no,
okay.
no. I have a whole. There's a couple of girls that sent me shit, and I'm like, yo, damn, I'm not even in a relationship with you. I got a couple of things on my phone, and I'm sitting there like, damn, you just sent me some random shit. Oh, okay.
And
cool.
what does that make you feel of those type of girls? Be honest.
Excited.
Shh. Damn. It's kind of a 50-50.
Someone put ideas in his mind. I want to hear the truth.
No. It's kind of a 50-50 on that one, because he's not wrong, but at the same time, like, because there's this one girl that she used to have OnlyFans and shit like that. She has your BBW too. She looked good. But
you join the OnlyFans?
Huh? She used to.
Would you join the OnlyFans?
I would never. I don't want my dick on the internet.
But it's just your dick.
I said dick don't look good on camera.
They don't know who it belongs to.
So the fuck what? They still gonna connect that to me. You never put your face in a dick pic. Never put your face in a dick pic. That's wild.
Is that something you learned?
I feel like
I never learned that. I never learned that.
I feel like if you're ever gonna send anything racy, you should never put your face in it. Like for being exposed purposes.
But again,
because listen, relationships can go to shit, and people get really petty.
But I did tell G this too. Because I used to have a friend that she had OnlyFans and stuff like that. We used to flirt back and forth and stuff like that, and then she sent me shit. She was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm into you and everything. But I never took it seriously because you know she far away, and also like what's it called? She got OnlyFans. I'm not going to take you seriously.
No, I get that.
You know,
I get that.
And again,
you hear that, ladies? I just want you guys to know that this is a very learning, like, telling experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, for anyone watching, please understand that they are being very transparent and honest as guys, and I appreciate it because it gives you an inner look at the
because I'm not gonna hold
psyches.
you.
Yeah, do you see this?
The only person that's really gonna have like a girl and have an OnlyFans is a nigga is gonna be a cuck. To be honest with you, Holmes gonna sit there he's gonna be the person that's gonna sit there and actually watch his girl get fucked in front of him.
Listen. I will say this, right? I don't see a world where, and I know you guys at home are probably like, but I don't see a world where a lot of these girls who do like a lot of this OnlyFans stuff or a lot of this, sex worker stuff, I don't see a world where you guys are going to be like having suitable partners on the regular. It's just not going to happen. You might find somebody, you know what I mean? Because there is somebody for everybody. I don't see you guys just being able, because a lot of these girls are single. A lot of these girls are just doing what they do.
Though?
They are. They are. There are very few that do have, their boyfriends or whatever.
But sometimes you have I don't know. I've like seen like things on Facebook and like YouTube, but I feel like I've seen things where like a lot of them actually are in like very long-term committed relationships.
So are they in long-term relationships with people in the same industry, or are they just married to regular people?
The regular people.
I remember.
I mean I feel like that.
I've just seen like interviews, like the table
I've seen.
But I think that's very few and far between. I don't think that's.
I've seen this court case, right, where like dude killed his girl because she had an OnlyFans. Her OnlyFans was popping. He wanted a part of that money. She didn't give him the money because like, yo, you ain't work for this shit. Now, dude thinks that he gonna be a pimp and everything like that. Oh yeah, he didn't get like a cut of her stuff, so he killed her. You see, wow. You see what I'm kind of getting.
I mean, yeah, to each his own. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not.
Apparently her OnlyFans was popping. She was getting mad bread for that.
No, man, listen, it's tough. You like I said,
you got jealous too.
I feel like you got the guys. Like, I'm talking to you guys. I feel like you guys need to stay away from women like that because y'all be doing the most. Look, I don't know if you guys seen the guy from Hot Ones. Yeah. You ever seen that show Hot Ones? The guy who does the chicken wing challenge where every chicken wing is hotter than the last one and he does the interviews. Okay, yes. He was dating a porn star, right?
Wow.
Oh, I remember that.
She went public and made it official that they were dating, they were together. He broke up with her literally within like the next week, right? Oh, wow. Because it's tough for someone who's not in that sort of work, who's not, you know what I mean?
And he's a public figure.
How can you it's tough. And I think like women don't understand that it's not easy. They're just like, oh, well, if you love me, you love me.
But at the end of the day, and this is something that I always say, it's like guys have, their comments and their ideas of women that do these type of things. And I always say, like, and I've had arguments with people about, well, who needs to make the change? At the end of the day, men will talk shit about women that are like this. They'll say whatever it is, whatever, blah, 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 right? But then at the same time, they still fucking endorse it. They still support it.
Right, no, there's still like the photos. They'll still be, for sure.
And then talk shit about women. So it's this never-ending cycle of, well, we want women like this and the woman should be this. But then you have the girl. So these type of women are exploiting men easily because they know that y'all are weak as fuck, that y'all will fall just to see a snippet of a titty, like with no freaking like anything. Like
niggas act like I ain't never seen a titty.
Exactly,
before.
And that's how men act.
Smile when I
that's how men act. So it's like these women are like, you know what? They're gonna talk shit anyway. They're gonna do this. So why not exploit it? Why not make money off of it? And at the end of the day, they're gonna make their bread regardless of what you say.
No, for sure. I'm not mad.
Never-ending cycle.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them for making their money because at the end of the day, you're right. If the guys are weak enough to put them in the positions to be these high earners because they're giving them the money, then listen, you guys have set the market, and you guys are the ones paying for it, right? Because if it wasn't for you guys, right? If it wasn't for you guys, they wouldn't make the money. Men,
we'll not even say all. We'll even say maybe like 50, 80%, right? We're like, you know what? We are not going to endorse this. We are not going to encourage this or whatever. Do you know how many freaking women would be out of business? Because, like, if you're not offering your body sexually, what else do you have to offer? Like, what else are you providing at the end of the day? So if a man or group of men say, like, you know, we're going to put our foot down, we're going to do what? Like, these women will be forced to literally either change or just be ass out. So it's like, really, who is the responsibility falling? Because okay, you could say as a man, you could say, well, it's the woman's fault, they should take accountability. Why would they want to do that if they're making money off of it, if they're profiting off of it?
Exactly. Everybody should be taking accountability.
I agree. However,
she's right. If we're men,
who needs to make the initiation as leaders?
If men are setting the market, women are just doing what makes sense, right?
That's it.
If the crackheads are buying the crack, then people are gonna sell the crack.
Hello.
You know what I mean? So
are you blaming the crackheads? You couldn't sell the people that.
So you can't be right. You can't be mad. So like I said, it's these thirsty little motherfuckers. I'm talking to y'all that set the market, and this is why these women are allowed to do this. They're allowed to act as if they have talent and they really are better than what they are. And listen, I love you guys. I love all women. You guys are all special in your own unique way. But I'm tired of I'm tired of people who don't have talent being celebrated as if they are like, you know, they've done some big gigantic thing. That for me is crazy because there are people out here who have real talent. There's people out here with great voices, people who are artists and things like that, and they can't get any recognition for anything they do. But some girl will show a titty or twerk on Instagram for like 5 seconds and they'll get all viral. And they will go viral. And that to me, that's bullshit.
The thirst traps.
That's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
The thirst traps.
It's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
And like I said, my thing is just about fairness. So like, don't talk shit about like, oh, these girls and these, you know, women out here. Like, if you're gonna be that person to say that, then actually be the person to stand up for what is right. Because it's not fair to endorse some shit or like to be entertained by it or want it or like to be, you know, whatever by it, but then turn around and say like, oh, there's no good girls out here. There's no good women. Like, okay, well, yeah, because you not encouraging it at all. At the end of the day, like you're really not. So. Late night. Back to you.
I'm not buying your OnlyFans. You give me for free. I'm cool.
Give me a voucher, bitch.
Yeah, give me the voucher. I'm cool.
All right, man. So you know what? Let's kind of segue into something else, right? Since we're kind of like on that. How do you feel about women that are like slut shamed and they're not even really like sluts? Like, and I'll give you an example, right? Like, I had a friend of mine. Now she will talk to a lot of guys, right? She won't necessarily do the deed or go all the way, but she will talk to a lot of guys. And the perception of her is kind of like she's like if she has.
Oh, so
when you say talk to a lot of guys, like in terms of like just talking like regular conversation.
Yeah, just
like,
regular conversation. Like, well, no, like you know, like obviously to see if like he's a suitor or you know if they like each other, whatever the situation may be.
Okay.
So just because I had a conversation, and
it's more about like having options, my nigga.
You're 100% right.
Explain.
And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I'll put it like this. I don't want to give out too much, but basically, like I said, like I have a friend of mine, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna say where work or whatever the case is, right? There's a lot of people where I work. It's a ton of motherfuckers where I work, right? So she's single and she's trying to find somebody for her, right?
Send her this way.
I got you, no worries. So she's talked to a bunch of people at that job. Now, has it gone any farther than that? No, it's never gone any farther than that. But the perception, right? The perception of her in the building is that she's a slut. Like that's the perception of her.
Okay, so this is where I gotta figure out a lot of things about this. Mm-hmm. She's gonna. I'm trying to get detective here. I'm not trying to.
No, go for it.
So what's happening right now? Watch it.
I don't think it's wrong that she's got to figure out that she's got options.
No, it's not. It's not wrong at all because men can do the same thing.
At the same time, if you know niggas,
and that's the problem.
If you know niggas. Niggas is gonna want to make sure that you are for you. I'm a nigga. I'm selfish. I want you to myself.
Correct.
Right.
Most guys are like that. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I always sit there and be like, all right, if I got options, I got options. I'm not gonna claim you like that and stuff like that. But then you got niggas that want to claim women, you know, ladies, girls, you know, automatically.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where she's gonna have that perception of, oh yeah, she's not mine. Oh yeah, she definitely a hoe.
In their mind.
Yeah, basically.
It's like.
So that's where part of the problem is. Also, at the same time, I'm not gonna hold you. She shouldn't shit where she's sleeping.
But
she shouldn't where she's working. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that should be too much of a problem. I really don't think that should be not that much of a problem. At the same time, again, you're talking to a lot of dudes in that building in a small space, and niggas is gonna be niggas.
I love that word.
You're gonna I mean, again, I don't want to assume that stuff, but you gotta kind of see the future here, or what's gonna go on in that. I just think
so.
It can be solved, and I think it can be solved.
As a woman, so as a woman, I think that I'm looking at it from a bunch of different perspectives. Right. To me, it's like I need to know like how long has she been working there, what type of conversations she's having, because. Right. You could say you started a job. There's 10 guys there. Okay. You're single. Yes. Your ultimate goal is to eventually find someone. You may not even necessarily be looking at that moment, but you start having conversations with different people. But I just feel like as a woman, you eventually start to narrow down very quickly who you see as potential. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't take very long. You can see like, okay, this is someone that's just a fuckboy. This is someone that has potential. This is someone that kind of is like a project, but I could work with it. You know what I'm saying? So for a continuous period of time to keep talking to so many people, like on that level of trying to find someone kind of seems more like an act of like just wanting attention versus like really trying to find someone. Because like I said, you're going to eventually narrow it down. Like you should not have at the end of the day still 10 options that you try, unless you just that lucky to have that many great guys in one area, which is like unheard of. But like it shouldn't be just continuously talking to like a bunch of different guys still trying to figure out. Like to me it almost just sounds like you're trying to be entertained and seeking attention, or just like the fact that you have attention and then using like, well, I'm trying to find someone as an excuse, because that shit should be narrowed down like immediately, like ASAP, after a week. Like, okay, not for me. Let me see how these ones work here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's too much. That's way too much. That's way too much. So I could understand why that perception is formed, because it could be that. But also, to your point, I do think that sometimes guys, they start to claim when they have no right to, because I could sit down and have a conversation with you and it's like, okay, cool. And you leave and you're like, yeah, she's into me, like, whatever.
Everybody's felt that way.
And then next thing you know, you see her talking to Bob, and you're like, he's talking to my girl. And it's like, bruh, I just literally had one conversation with you. I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying? And then every conversation that she has with everybody. And the thing is that the way that y'all work, y'all don't even have to know what the conversation is about. It doesn't matter who it's with. As long as you see them just talking. She's cheating on me.
Well, men are very territorial, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to hold you. I'm a selfish nigga. I'm a selfish nigga.
You want to be territorial? Lock that shit down as soon as you like it. Simple. It's very simple. If you want to have the audacity to be territorial with somebody, okay? Immediately let them know, but y'all don't do that.
Fuck that, Brian.
Y'all don't do that.
If I like it, I'll hit it. If I love it, I'll put a ring on it.
You see?
Fuck?
So territorial for you guys is different. You guys have different understandings and levels of territory.
For sure.
Because if you like,
homeless man,
you may not want to be with her, but you don't want her to be with nobody else, and that's your territory. That's what's territorial.
Hey, yo, that's so selfish.
Which is y'all fucked up. That's so what selfish. Exactly. I hope you hearing what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of guys do. If you really feel that strongly about the person and you really don't want her for anybody else, and you see the value or whatever, let them know, like, hey, I'm feeling you. I want to take you a little bit more seriously. Let's do this.
I agree with that, because you also got to establish yourself and make sure that you letting that other person know that you want to be that significant other.
Exactly. Or just even show a level of seriousness. But if you just continue to have serious conversations with
that's
a girl,
how you fall into a friend zone.
If you continue to have serious conversations with a girl, and yes, they're great, they're good or whatever, and she's never getting any type of feedback like, okay, he really does have maybe like more of an interest in me than like on just like a regular level. Like, how the fuck is she supposed to know?
That's how you fall into the friend zone.
Listen, I will say this, right? The perception on both sides is very different, right? Men have their way of thinking. Women also have their way of thinking, right? I have come to the realization, right? And I know this shit might sound like some bullshit, but we are not playing with the same controllers, right? Men are playing with PlayStation, and the women are playing with the Xbox, right?
What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm an Xbox guy.
And what needs to happen is, like, you need to understand that you need to play your game, right? Everybody who's on a sports team, not everybody's jacking up threes. Not everybody's getting rebounds. You need to understand what your game is and play your game. Now, yes, men do have it easier when it comes to being able to entertain many women, but women do have the slight edge when it comes to getting what they want out of men. I mean, I feel like you gotta play the cards and the game.
I think it's equal.
You are dealt.
This is what I'm saying. There shouldn't be any fucking games or cards. It should just be
the whole thing is a game, yo.
But it can't be simple. Like I said, a society has built it in a way where it can't be like that anymore.
You gotta know how to play the game. I don't
have time to play games. This is too much.
Once you let me fuck, I won.
This is too much.
He's not lying. For men, like, once I've hit, I've won.
You won
He's
what?
like, I've won.
I won the game.
The trophy. I got an MVP.
I won the game. I won the trophy.
MVP trophy in my house.
That feeling I get in the afterwards is cool. After that is post nut clarity credits. And now I got to be out and turn off the game.
Y'all are so just like, oh God, so simple.
You're dealing with two toxic niggas.
Listen, I understand that it's not fair, right? I'm not gonna sit here and play the game like, oh, it's fair for both sides. It's not, but I recognize that each side has its own right, its own winning, right? Like I said, like with guys, right, like. They have the ability to talk to as many women as they want, and no one bats an eye, right?
It's a wild double standard. I'm not going to hold you.
It is, but like I said, on the other side, it's like women have the ability to get what they want when they want from a guy. Like, you get what I'm saying?
What are we talking about?
And I'm not saying it's only monetary, but I'm just saying, like, if you really want, you can have a guy eating out your hand. Where a lot of times,
like you're getting jewelry, you're getting your rent paid.
Not
getting clothes.
Not even monetary, bro.
You getting free food. You getting like you getting your bills paid. All that shit. You know how to manipulate that, all of us.
So to be honest, I don't take.
T-Mobile got like 7 different motherfuckers pulling up.
You are upper echelon lady.
I don't take pride in shit like that because I feel like if it's not genuine, it's like so like I don't know.
You know how many women has text me and like I'm trying to have a conversation with them and all of a sudden it's like, hey, can I get some money? What the? I'm dead ass serious. I am dead ass serious.
But again, like
exactly.
But this is what I'm saying. This is the difference, and this is why certain people
or
have
like all of a sudden I get an OnlyFans link. I'm like, why the fuck would you send me that?
Why are women so prominent on OnlyFans and men not? Right? Why? Why are they the ones making the money? And again, like I said, we're not playing the same game, and I feel like it would be a gross delusion to sit here and just be like, oh, we can just all be equal and all be the same. Unfortunately, we can't. Okay, I can't play basketball against a 7'1" guy who's like 300 pounds. Right. And we're not playing the same game, and it would just be grossly delusional to think that we can play the same.
The only thing is I already know G can't jump, so I can jump.
This is what I will say. And so because of that unequal advantage, this is why women will always find themselves in the position to try to take advantage of men. That is why. Yeah. Because of that unequal advantage, because y'all can just do this and nobody bats an eye, like double you said, standards. And the double standard. So it's like the benefit I feel that women are now seeking is, okay, well, if I can't do this and this is going to happen, what can I get out of it? Because it's so unfair. So yes, they're going to suck you dry for everything that you have with no shame, apparently.
Bro, just suck the dick, yo. You good.
Listen, again, like I said, it's one of those things. Like I said, like they have monopolized, right? They have monopolized their sexuality. And again, like we can't be mad at it because we've set the market for them to do that. You know what I mean? So we can't be mad at it. We really can't. So we have an off screen. Yeah.
So is it fair to say men play the game with money and women play the game with sex?
Absolutely. It's very fair to say that. Wow. That's actually exactly how it works.
So money at the end of the day.
Now, are you a provider?
Right.
Not a suitor.
Right.
And then now it's like, are you bad enough?
So at the end of the day, it always comes down to money in exchange for sex. You do realize that, right?
I hate that shit because now I'm trying. Now you look. Now you making me.
No matter how. Thank you. No matter how you look, and I had this conversation with somebody one day, and they got mad at me, and I was like, "Nah, really think about it." You know, I was like, "Really think about it."
I understand it because it's like.
It's true.
Hold on.
In a relationship. Hold on. In a relationship. Let's make it plain. In a relationship, right? Your goal is to be a good husband, boyfriend, whatever, right? Protect, provide, all that good manly stuff, right? Okay.
Go hunting.
What is the end goal at the end of the day? Like, what you're doing all of that for what, really? Besides love and affection. If you were to do all those things and never get pussy in return, would you continue to do them?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Hell no.
Hold up.
No. It goes the same way.
Hold on.
If I don't protect you, take care of you, or do anything for you, you're not gonna cook or clean for me. Like what?
Hold on.
Stop playing.
If I'm not in a relationship for you, why the fuck am I paying for sex directly? Or why the fuck am I paying for all this shit indirectly? You not giving me none. We not in a relationship. Well, why the fuck am I paying for all this shit?
Not relationships.
You think I'm going to pay for your shit? And then I'm doing that shit freely? And also not getting shit in return?
So
this is why I don't like prostitution.
So to my point.
This is why I don't like prostitution.
They gotta make their money too.
I'm not paying that shit directly. You know damn well I can get my dick sucked for free.
Hey, listen, if they ain't doing it, somebody gotta do it. Somebody's daughter gotta be out here sucking these dicks, bro. Somebody gotta do it.
You know damn well we all went to the club. The bitch got like drunk, at least equally drunk as you, because it's immoral to like be sober as fuck and then another chick be drunk as hell. That's weird.
There has to be a shorty in the club with a kuka out.
If we all in there vibing, I know for a fact you caught like what's it called. You might want to continue the night and everything like that. We vibing and shit. We go back to the crib, you sucking me off and everything like that. I ain't pay for that shit.
So no drinks were bought.
You think There's only a couple of times
even if you just buy the bottle, still.
Who drove?
Who
drove?
You know damn well I drove.
Oh, okay, so some money.
Actually, you know what? You know what? The funny thing is, I've driven to women's cribs, and what's it called? And they've initiated sex and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time I've had sex, like women have initiated it. I swear, I'm not even.
Listen, women are just as horny as we are, bro. They're just much better at hiding.
Probably
that's all.
even more, to be
honest. Right. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not paying for the shit directly.
But you were gonna say something.
I know for a fact I can get my dick sucked.
I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, no matter whether you're out of a relationship or in a relationship, to Brian's point, the exchange is money and sex.
For sure.
Because when you're in a relationship, a man that is doing all the right things, like, at the end of the day, he wants to be intimate, right? And with the woman, she wants to be intimate and then receive all of those things because that is what makes her want to be intimate. Okay, that the exchange is always there.
Right,
it's always there. So no matter how you cut and slice, because like I said, nobody wants to be in a relationship. No man wants to be in a relationship where he's doing all of the things.
I'm gonna look like a fuckboy after
and
this,
he's not getting anything in return.
Right,
and no woman wants to be in a relationship where she's just giving herself up continuously and she's not getting anything in return.
Absolutely,
it just doesn't work that way. So this exchange is always the same, no matter how you want to cut, slice, or dice it. I'm not saying that you don't have those situations where, yes, you have some guys that are simps and they will do whatever and whatever and whatever and not get anything in return. You're stupid.
They never learned the game.
It's not even they've never learned the game. They just can't play it. There are certain guys who stepped on the basketball court and they can't hoop. Like, it's just what it is. Not everybody can be LeBron. Bro.
Hey, look,
it's just how
I can do layups. I can't really do threes, but I know for a fact I can jump, so I know I can block.
Hey, man, shout out to my boy.
I got good defense.
Hey, late night, young grasshopper. You heard? But again, like you said, man, not everybody can play the game. Not everybody is built for it. And more than anything, men are, like I said, there's a lot more simp dudes out here than you will find a simp woman, which is kind of like what pisses me off. Like,
yeah, it pisses me off too because a lot of people think that I look like a simp, and that's why I sit there like, yo, I'll be having a conversation. Y'all sitting there like, oh yeah, can I get money, or they send the OnlyFans. This is where I sit there like, yo, this shit pisses me off. I'm like, why the fuck would I do that right now?
So do you think that that's something that happens to you often?
You know, it used to happen to me often. I made sure to go ahead and establish myself and be like, yeah, nah, fuck out of here. You must be out your fucking mind.
You got to put your foot down, goddammit. Right, I ain't giving you none of my money, stupid.
Now, again, this is making me look like a fuckboy, but I am a nigga that does like to go out on dates and shit.
So the reason why I asked that is because I'm curious to know, like, what type of vibe do you think that you're giving off? Because you have some girls that will try you, and then you have some girls that
trust me, I know. I look like a goofy ass nigga. I know that. I know that.
So you think
I know that.
Hey, at least you're aware, bro.
I'm aware, but yo.
No, I'm asking that.
I look like a goofy ass nigga. I know that. But this is what it's like, yo, if you actually have a conversation with me, you should know shit that goes out of my head.
So you think it's an appearance thing, not like a...
Like, oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Of course, not just an appearance thing. You know, like
it's
my perception of, like, you know, my personality kind of happens too. So I get that part.
I feel like lighthearted people.
You do see the fun side. You do see like the nice side of me and stuff like that. Because not a lot of people have pissed me off like that.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying not a lot, because once you piss me off, like, yo, it's over.
I will say, man, like, you have kind of like a lighthearted feel to you, and I think that kind of not that it makes you that, but they think that
misconstrued.
Because if you're a dick and like you give that impression off as soon as you guys talk or meet, they're just like, yeah, I'm not getting nothing out of this guy.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have a very lighthearted.
So,
and it's not bad.
Don't get me wrong.
It's just unfortunately that's just what they feel.
Lately, I have been a dick to a couple of women. I'm not gonna hold you.
Hey,
I have.
Well,
it happens. And I feel bad about it too. I do feel bad.
Hey, if not you, somebody else got to do it, bro. You got to worry about it.
Wow. Gee.
Brian. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, everyone has to get their heart broken one time, okay? To unlock whatever person they're gonna be. You don't believe so?
What doesn't kill you make it
stronger. There you go. I feel like, listen, I
or
feel like
makes
that
you really fucked up and traumatized for the rest of your life.
The first heartbreak is always going to set you right.
Yeah,
it's always gonna set you right.
That happened.
You don't think so? You don't think the first heartbreak is not gonna set you right?
Sometimes it takes a couple of heartbreaks.
It might. But for most people, I think that first really bad heartbreak, I think like you'll never put yourself in a position to be like just vulnerable like that again.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, because you start to build scars and you start to build, like, you know, resilience or whatever you call it. You know, you start to get tougher and you're just kind of like, I can see this.
That's why I put like a lot of boundaries on me now. I always put a lot of boundaries, like, to make sure that, hey, look, I'm not falling fast. I'm not like going into certain ways. Making sure that everything kind of goes right for me to make sure that, hey, look, either she can I can see that like yo this is gonna go somewhere or it's not gonna go anywhere.
I have I have a question. Do you, from a guy's perspective, do you guys think that heartbreak is harder on men than it is on women?
I think it's equal. The thing about it is sometimes you have to figure out who it happens to the most. But I think it's equal. Like and
like a generalized population, you think it's equal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we all go through it differently.
Okay.
Trust me, we all go through it differently.
I will say this, I think it's truly, if you ask me, I think the men take it harder.
I agree.
I think the men take that shit harder.
I agree. I 100%
like
agree.
I can count on I've lost count of how many girls have taken back a cheating motherfucker. I can't tell you how many guys have taken back a cheating bitch. I cannot fucking tell you.
So I will say I'm not gonna say that the pain isn't the same.
Right.
I feel like women, we are naturally just adapt to dealing with pain continuously. That's just like our nature. Like we deal with pain every month. With babies, like we're just used to. I feel like
biology,
our makeup. I think our makeup is like a little bit. I don't mean to say like, oh, that's because we should receive more pain, but I think the pain, the feeling is the same. But I think the actual like impact, because like I've had conversations with guys and like with girls and things like that, and it's like when the guys tell you the stories, and like I said, I feel like men are very simple creatures, so it's like they're this or that, like it's very simple. And when you hear the stories of like their first breakup or something that happens, like
yeah, there's an ominous tone to the room.
And the crazy part is that I feel like a lot of women don't even really know how they really feel, whether it's in that moment or like after, because guys also don't express their emotions as well as women do, right?
Yeah, no.
So that deep feeling that they feel is just all kept inside of here, and the girl could just be like, oh, he doesn't really care, he doesn't give a fuck, and so everything is nonchalant, and then some shit happens, and this man is like
dying inside,
dead, like devastated, and you will never know.
Nah, you'll never know. Listen,
never know.
men have this ability, or some men have the ability to let it burn in so deep that they don't feel it no more, like that. And it'll never, and that's right. Like it's just,
you know, the thing about it is I've learned how to get over like breakups and stuff like that myself. Like I cry, but like I cry myself by myself in my own room to make sure that nobody else sees that shit.
I respect the fact.
And then it's like I make sure I get my own like.
What's wrong with admitting that he cries? Everybody gets an emotion.
Do you really cry late night?
I don't cry often, obviously, but I cry when I need to.
I've only ever cried once in my life, and it was like a thug cry.
But
what's a thug cry look like?
I think Brian was there.
That sounds like a big ass baby crying.
It almost sounded like 50 Cent was in the room sobbing. You know?
Yo, that's wild. That is wild.
That's terrifying. But okay.
Nah, but you know, I let out my emotions, and then I have to deal with it myself. You know,
that's good.
And because it's like I cry and then I stop crying, and then I have to be a man about it. And then then I have to like make sure I can distract myself from that situation.
When you say be a man about it, like I'm confused, because like if I'm in a situation where I'm emotional about something and I'm crying, and eventually I tell myself like, okay, let me get it together. I'm not saying let me be a woman about it. I'm just saying like why is it that when you do it as a guy, that's the thing that comes to your mind, like I have to be a man about
life has to go on, and we can't just show every emotion every time.
And I think
we have to make sure that we can work past it.
I think we've spoken about this before, right? Like, so I think we've spoken that when it comes to men, we're always trained from a young age to like suck it up, hold it in. You know what I mean? Like we're always told like, don't let that shit show. If it hurts, walk it off. You know what I mean? Like it's always
it's okay to let out your emotions.
It is okay, but it's one of those things where we are conditioned as children from everyone to just like. If you go to work, right, and you see somebody crying in a corner and it's a female, you're coming over, you're like, yo, what's wrong? What's the issue? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but
you see a guy crying, you're like, hey, yo,
what
bro,
the
take
fuck
that
is
shit
you
to
doing?
the
Get the fuck up.
Right, yo, take that shit to the bathroom. Don't let people see you like that. You know what I mean?
You can't just show weakness, man. You a man about it. Like, yo, you gotta go ahead and like work. Yo, forget about that shit. The fuck is going on? that's the perception that we get on the outside. That's why that's why it's like if I let out my emotions and I cry, I'm gonna go ahead and do that shit like on my own, where y'all ain't gonna see that shit.
The other
you're lucky that I'm admitting that I do that shit.
The other thing too,
listen, you my dog, bro. You can cry to me. It's okay.
Nah, I'm not doing that, G. I'm not doing that, G.
The other thing that I think too is that I do agree with like men should have a certain perception and things like that. But the thing that kind of bothers me is I feel like there needs to be a better balance too, because like you have women that will say like, oh, we want our men to be like more emotional and be more transparent, which you should be. Like if you find the right person to be vulnerable with, but at the same time
they also
standard
because they might actually use that shit against you sometimes too.
Exactly. It's not even that. So now as a woman, if you see maybe the guy is being maybe too emotional or emotional all the time, then it's like, oh my God, this nigga's a pussy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, damn, you said be emotional.
Using that against you.
Be emotional and be open
because
and honest.
It's
the dynamic. It's the dynamic of the roles, man.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So as a woman, if you tell a guy like, hey, I want you to be open and vulnerable, like be prepared, because if he starts opening up to you and really like just like letting those inner things that as a man normally has to deal with internally all the time, you have to realize, okay, well, I did ask for that. So it's like, what do you really want?
You open up the floodgates.
What do you really want?
Now hold that shit.
Balance is good, but I do agree with you. I think that, like you said, because that type of appearance as a protector, a provider, the warrior, the whatever, like, it's not to say that you should never be able to cry.
And that's why I would also never let my girl see me cry too, because now she's gonna make me think I'm a bitch.
No, that's not
now, true. And don't listen to her about that either. No. It will actually fucking happen.
No. Because I have seen men cry, and because I know how they are about never crying, to me, them crying in front of me was the time that I viewed them as the strongest, because I knew how much it took for them to even get to that point.
Did like one of their family relatives like die or something?
Yes.
Okay, so
that's
an exception.
That's always a pass.
That's an exception.
That's always a pass.
That's an exception. But if he crying over, oh yeah, his girl like what's it called, left him or some shit.
Yeah, he stubbed this on the corner of the coffee table.
Even
that's where she going. Where she might look at him like a little bitch or some shit.
No, I've had guys that.
Don't get me wrong. If I got shot in front of you, you know damn well I'm fucking crying. If I got shot in front of you, I know damn well I'm crying.
But I will say I've had guys that have cried in front of me about.
If I lost my girl, I can't.
Yeah, I
can't do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do it.
So, like I said, maybe I'm different. But to me, if I've seen that, to me, it's like, wow, this person really had like, because you have to remember the common reaction is to be like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that somebody is like crying in front of me about the loss of no longer being in a relationship with someone, I'm like, damn, they really fucking like, really had strong feelings for this person, and I'm not gonna judge them. I'm gonna be like, this shit was really serious for them, because it's also like, it's so uncommon.
You're going about it as a friend level too.
Yeah,
right?
If
your old nigga look like what's it called, cry like.
But why would a guy be crying to me about an ex if he's with me? Like the fuck.
Well, niggas don't want to lose you, but if he actually lost you, you cry about it. Will you look at him differently?
Wait, say that again.
Remember, this is your friend. He cried in front of you. He cried in front of you. Right. He not giving a fuck. But if this is your ex or something like that, he cried in front of you. You're not gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, this nigga's weak or some shit.
No, I would understand why he's crying. He lost me.
You know damn well that kind of it looks weak though. That shit look weak though.
Hey, he lost the treasure. Shit, goddamn.
Because you know damn well he lost out on a good woman.
It's not weak.
He lost out on a good woman.
It's called defeat.
Remember, I'll say this. Rena's a good woman. He lost out on a good woman. You know damn well.
Defeat.
But yeah,
and it makes him look weak and he cried after you.
It makes him look strong because he's admitting he's defeated.
I don't believe that.
But yeah, like I feel like I said, as men, you can cry when you lose somebody. That's okay.
For sure.
That's okay.
Like
don't get me wrong.
I cried.
My grandma died and shit like that. My grandma has died. Mm-hmm. Of course I cried.
Of course, yeah.
You know? Is that the one that you took the hardest, your grandma?
Well, like the first one, yeah.
Okay.
Like, on my mom's side, yeah.
And then who was your worst? Like, who would you say when you lost? Like, you took it the worst?
So I'm a little bit. Sorry.
Actually, you know what? The funny thing is, as far as family, my grandma on my mom's side is the one, because I probably was closer to her than my grandma on my dad's side. But I'll admit, I did cry for like a week when like one of my homies actually did die.
I feel you.
That one I actually did cry. That one hurt like.
I feel like the person that I lost that like hurt me the most was like Tony Stark during Endgame.
What the
like when I lost Iron Man.
Oh my God!
When I lost Iron Man, I cried inside, bro.
That hurt me.
That hurt me too. That shit hurt me too.
I still haven't accepted that.
No.
I'm in denial, and I'm okay with it.
He's coming back. Though.
No, I would say that I think the thing that hurt me the most, which is very ironic, both of my grandparents on my mother's side that I knew passed away, but I think it was a little different because they were older, things like that. But what really I think hit me the hardest was I had a childhood friend. His name was Chase, and we like knew each other from like daycare. Yeah. Me living in Georgia, we like disconnected. But when I came back to Connecticut, our daycare teacher who like helped raise all of us, together, had like this reunion, and so we kind of like got to, meet each other. He had kids and like we rekindled everything, and it was just so dope. And then literally a week later, I'm seeing pictures and videos on Facebook that he got shot in the head and in the neck. And that shit just shook me to my core.
You know what? The thing about it is I can relate to you. Obviously, like my friend, he didn't die. He actually, he died, but he died of a motorcycle accident. But I had that feeling of, and I had this feeling with you guys too. Like you feel as though you're gonna grow old with each other. Yeah. You don't expect like somebody to die. So when they actually died all of a sudden, it hits you hard because you don't think that you don't think that these guys you think that they're going to be invincible until like it's our time.
And the crazy part about this was, like I said, we had been disconnected for years. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we had kept in communication. It was just like, oh, I just know that this person exists and whatever, they have a family type of thing. Mm-hmm. But just I guess coming back and like rekindling those childhood memories, and it's like, oh, well, and then literally like a week later, and I'm thinking like this boy got 2 kids there, and they were like small at the time, so it just even was more like hard, and they looked just like him too. That did not help. And when the funeral happened or whatever, the open casket, I couldn't.
It's tougher when you just don't expect it. I lost both of my grandparents. I would say like probably in the last like 2 years. So it was funny, right? Like my grandma, she was kind of on her last leg. So we kind of knew she was going to go. So when she did go, there was sadness, but it was a lot of celebrating. It was a lot of family. It was a lot of everybody together.
It's different.
When my grandfather went, no one expected him to go. So it hit everyone so much harder when you get the call and you're like, bro, he's going. And you're like, bro, he was in my apartment like 2 days ago. What are you talking about? So I feel like unexpected losses are the worst.
Yeah, they are. My grandparents died within the last 2 or 3 years as well, and it was really crazy how it happened. My grandparents have been divorced. They were divorced for like forever, and my grandfather, we kind of like saw his decline, so we were kind of like prepared for it.
Right.
And so, when he passed, that was actually the first time I saw somebody like pass away like in like live like happening, right, and I was like, wow, I saw his soul be like, it was intense. Don't know if I want to do that again, but
right.
We'll see. But the crazy thing was after he passed away, my grandmother, who was back in Dominica, nothing was crazy like going on with her, whatever, nothing happened, and she literally passed away like exactly a month after he passed away.
Crazy.
And that was definitely a shock because it just happened out of nowhere. But I think like the way that I process certain things, my emotions are very different. And so I don't really like necessarily like mourn right then. And then the fact with it being like back to back, it was just like, I don't know. I think I kind of like disconnected, and I was just like, okay, well, I guess that was going to happen eventually. And it just happened sooner than I thought. But I don't know. It didn't really, it wasn't something that I found myself ever really like mourning over. Right. But I will say that as time went on, there were like small moments that would happen in life where like it would make me think of them, or like I'd have a dream of them or something, or just have some type of like nostalgia type of thought, and I'd be like, damn, like they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's sad. And then it's like, wild. Yeah. But I will say that I think that in my family, we have a very interesting way of dealing with death and passing. We joke around a lot, and it's not in a bad way. And I find this hard to explain to people.
I think that's very healthy.
It's so okay. I
think it's healthy and it's good for the soul. Listen, when my grandma passed, we celebrated, we laughed, we ate food. It was great. And like I said, obviously it was one of those situations where we knew she was gonna go eventually. Yeah. So it was easier. Everybody had fun.
It's actually a tradition, like in Jamaica, like right the day before the funeral, like you actually have a party.
Ours is after. Yeah, ours is after.
We have it like before.
And I just say that to like not judge different people who deal with like death differently because like we will be cracking jokes. Like it just the way that we are when they were alive is how we are when they pass. And I think it's what makes us stronger and like keeps us, you know, more together. Because then once certain things are happening,
we start remembering
me and my
like
aunt,
everything.
We cannot sit together at funerals. Keep us apart. Please keep us apart because we are the two that's just like.
You the two that's laughing, people looking back
like, what is wrong with that? It's so bad, but it's not in a bad place. It's really just because it's like I said, it's a different way of dealing, I think, with death, and it might not be for everyone, which is fine. But we think about so many happy moments or so many funny things in that moment, or the things that we think the person would be saying if they were alive and was attending their own funeral or whatever. So, but you know, I just think that it's just definitely something that everyone has to deal with in their own way, but you should still deal with it at the end of the day. And if crying, even as a man or whoever you are, is what has to happen, don't hold that shit back just because you feel like I gotta be like, you know, tough and buff.
Macho man.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Anyways, I like that message, and we're gonna send that out to the people. You guys watching? I would love to continue this conversation. We've gone a little bit over our time, but you know what I mean. When the conversation good, you can't help but do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them know where they can find them. So please.
Before I let you know where to find me, because you never will, I do want to give a special shout out to G. It was his birthday.
Happy birthday, bro!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Woo woo! We gotta celebrate that. Always gotta celebrate another year of life.
20.